Hey, welcome everyone. It's Pat Mitchell here with TrickTrades. I want to go over a video lesson here on how to smell a rat. Okay. Now, we've all seen these press releases come out and these stocks completely rip up. They rip up, and the only thing the masses do is they read the title, the headline, if you will, of the press release or the news article. They fail to actually listen to the conference calls, read the conference call transcripts, actually dig into the filings to see if there's something else going on. Okay, because a lot of this is all just legal pumping, is all it is. I mean, you can see this company. It hasn't really done much. Anytime it gets up in this area, I mean, it sells off. It's chopped basically sideways. Um, when you go over it, like I said, since day one in 2014, I mean, it just kind of chopped sideways, right? So we all heard the news on WATT when it first came out. Uh, Here, let me pull that up. We'll start from the start, and then I'll show you the steps involved to do a little bit of research, okay? So that you can spot moves on how to short these things. I was short this today. I got out a little early. I got out in this area, and because it started retracing, I didn't feel like sticking around the markets. It being the last day of the year, wanted to end up really strong. But I did call it in the room that this would most likely go to 20. I called that out right at TrickTrades.com chat earlier this morning. I said, I got a feeling this is end up. It's going to go back to 20. It's going to go back to 20. And I mean, it closed in 1945. So, I mean, I was a little bit out on that. And yeah, I could have held. I definitely could have held, but is what it is, right? Sometimes, especially in a choppy market, the market we're in right now, where you got a lot of squeeze going on, because it's a really super high percent of the float that is short. It's 30, almost 34%, according to TC 2000. Now those numbers will vary, right? But I mean it's close enough, right? And um, with that, they can get people can get freaked out, and it starts squeezing up, and then it just becomes a roller coaster effect. And it's sometimes it's hard to catch these moves like that, right? You'll get shook out. It's emotion, right? And it is what it is. But I mean, I caught quite a few points off of this today, and even at a chase entry, I was really happy with the trade. So, anyways, let's start with this. I'm gonna bring my browser in. Okay, so sorry, folks, I'm still a little sick here. So we'll start from the beginning. Okay, we'll go on Watt here. Okay, yesterday would have been. Let me find it. Sorry, folks. I'm gonna pause it until I find it. I want to find the right one. Okay, so here it is. This was I believe this was the press release that came out. San Jose company receives first federal okay for at a distance device charging, which just sounds cool, right? So when you see these press releases, that's and news articles, that's when most people don't just read just this headline and that's it, and it's like instantly it's oh wow, it does sound pretty good, right? Think of the possibilities, right? I mean, you can charge your cell phone and all that just from at a distance. I mean, no more cords, no more cables. I mean, that's amazing. It's like, let's buy, right? And then people just jump in and buy this crap, right? And is there opportunity? Yeah, I mean, I caught WATT long yesterday. So, I mean, it was uh, you can always capitalize on these opportunities, but you definitely don't want to be staying in long. Like, you get this bag holder type of mentality, and people really think that these things are going to go to the moon and it's going to be the next Apple. and it's going to go from like $8 or $9 a share and go to 100 or something. And it just doesn't work that way. You can never get greedy, okay? Now, if you're going to become a trader, you need to have a very healthy balance between fear and greed, okay? So when this popped up like this, because of the high short percent of the float, that's what happens. It does. It's going to squeeze up because if you look here, it's over all-time highs. So every single one of these 34% shorts, they're underwater. Like they are underwater. So no matter what, you can go back from the beginning of time. They're all underwater. Okay. So yeah, is it going to squeeze up? Yeah, definitely. And that's why I took it long yesterday. Okay. It remounted the VWAP and boom. I mean, we caught a really nice squeeze on it. I hit it for about 3.5 points. So really nice move. And then I hit it for about, I think it was about 3 points, 3.5 points today. Let me see. I hit it right there. I walked her all the way down. Yeah, almost 3 points. So in the past couple of days, I've caught 6 points on it, right? I mean, that's an amazing move, right? So how do you know it's going to pull stuff like this? And it's just going to die. And you know what? It really sucks because I noticed this move a little bit too late. Now, we never know it's going to do this. I mean, people that say that, it's like, oh, well, I mean, you had an entry way up here. Why didn't you hold it? Because it retraced right back up, and it's right before the the New Year's long weekend. Shorts may not want to hold this, and there's a lot of shorts involved, and they could cover, and then it starts squeezing out. So why would I want to turn a green trade into a red trade? That's bullshit mentality, and that type of mentality is what gets these stubborn shorts in trouble. I consider myself a short bias trader. I'm not stubborn though. I don't take these big stupid losses that you see these ramrods take. I think that's ridiculous and so uncalled for that it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous the nonsense that you see on Twitter. A lot of these Twitter stars, man, they're just going to get you guys into trouble. They're going to get you thinking the wrong way and with the wrong type of mentality, all right? A lot of you guys have small accounts, all right? You don't have the account to withstand the pain when these squeeze up. And why would you want to put yourself through pain anyways? I mean, that's such a ridiculous notion. I mean, we get into trading and day trading um, to get away from stress, to get away and have some freedom with our lives. So why do you want to be chained with heart blood medication at your desk? That's nonsense. Like, it's nonsense. I don't mean to go off on a rant, but that stuff just really gets me because it puts new traders into the wrong mindset. So, anyways, back on task here. So, how do we catch these moves? So, let's go through it. Okay, so day one, like I said, we're on to it. We've seen the news. It's like, oh, okay, it seems like pretty good news. Yeah, granted, from time to time, does really good news come out of certain stocks? Absolutely, man. I mean, absolutely. This could very well take off to 100 right at the moment of that press release. Now, there's a conference call that comes out with stuff like this. Okay, when companies receive FCC approval. Sorry, guys. So first of all, check the filings. All right. Let me go back here. So go and use BAM SEC. That's the best filing outfit out there. Okay. So because it breaks everything up, it lets you know what's up. So you can check. I checked the 8K, and an 8K is a news. That's news. Okay. So that's not going to have some like fluffed up, editorialized press release or something like that. This is the official statement. Okay. So go check that out. See what it says. So we'll go in here and just scan this stuff, right? So it kind of tells you what they got approval for. I'm not going to get right into it, right, and read through this. And then it gives you the conference call information, okay? So this is the important stuff. So that's how we figure out where we can listen to these ramrods, kind of give the real story, okay? And you can pick up on the way that they are telling the story of the technology, and you can pick up on subtle hints. Like if they're really avoiding certain issues, it smells like a rat, all right? So you can go and you listen to on phone, right? So then you have the replay, which is accessible through January 10th, and then the webcast is approximately for 1 year. So let's go check out the webcast. So you can just copy this link address, right? I already have, but let's just do it again. Okay, so check out some stuff. Recent event. This is the event on December 22nd. The FCC certification call. Go to view all events. Go into that. Past events. This is the FCC certification call. This is the webcast, so you can listen to it. But let's just go over the transcript, all right? Just to make it quicker. So click the transcript. Now you got to do a little bit of reading here, right? And I scanned through all of this. And some of the key things that I started picking up on in this is they weren't talking so much about the technology itself and what it can do as we speak right now. Okay, it started talking a lot of stuff about the future applications. It's like we all know the future applications of something like this. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand what type of capabilities it has. Okay. And they started talking about how safe it is, right? Just talking about safety. Safety is always, in my opinion, when they start spouting off about safety, that's always a red flag, okay? Because the masses always go to something like that, right? Sorry, guys. Of course, I got a phone call here. So, sorry, I just muted it. So, when they start talking about safety and not really about the product itself, it's a diversion tactic. Okay? So you guys got to start thinking like that. All right? Quit thinking like these longs that these certain chat rooms tell you, "Oh, these low floaters go just buy." It's like, guys, don't do that. Start thinking for yourself. That's sheep mentality. He's trying to get you to do that stuff so then he can sell into your buying. It's pump tactics. Those most of those gurus out there, they're pumpers, man, and it makes me sick because it's not right. They're trying to sell you things for thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just to hoop you, man. It's a scam. They're scam artists. They're marketers. That's all they are. They don't teach you anything. So at TrickTrades, this is what the type of stuff that I try to do is like give you guys the heads up. Like this is the real shit. All right. So start looking at stuff like that. You start seeing stuff like, you know, safety, and they're not really talking necessarily about the actual product and its capabilities as we speak right now. Okay, so all of this really says nothing. Okay, so the stuff that I like to dig through is the question and answer. Okay, the question and answer. That's where these people get asked these questions. Shareholders ask the questions because they want to know. They want to know, hey, buddy, spit it out. What does this really do? Okay. So let's kind of go through it. Okay. So this one, everything's all good. You got to look for the one. Now, give me a second. Let me find it again here. This one was just asking about the duration, if it kind of speeds things up now that they have SEC approval, right, for newer products and stuff like that. And it's like, yes. So, I mean, that is good. Definitely keep WATT on your list. I mean, if this technology does work out, it'll be amazing. But most likely it's going to fail. Most new technologies do fail, guys. Okay, so next question. Just a minute. Okay, right here. Questions are about the amount of power that was transmitted. Okay? Now, that right there, that's a question I want to know. I want to know if this thing is actually, like, is it good to go or what? Right? Like, does it work or is it just a complete pile of garbage? I mean, there's a lot of technologies that are out there that, in theory, I mean, they do work, and in practice, I guess technically they do work, right? But the amount of power isn't enough. So let's keep reading, okay? How much power does it deliver and on how many devices? Okay, so right away he's already diverting. Precedent is now open for a device, any device that transmits at a distance of greater than 5 millimeters to any power. Okay, so he's not really answering the question instantly, right? Okay, so kind of still diverting. Now you can pause it and read it through. I'm not going to read this stuff out loud to you. I'm not going to hold your hand that much. Come on, guys. Right here. The power is not that significant. Right there, it tells you, boom, not good. All right. So as it stands right now, the technology, it's not viable. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Technically it works. Okay. But for commercial applications and to charge your cell phone and the stuff that we want it for, where the big money would be in the stock, the power is not that significant. Okay. And it says, but again, I think the important issue here is that our focus was not to try and boost the power as much as possible. It was not to try and gain as much distance as possible. It was to set a precedent. So what they're telling you is this is future shit still. Okay? This is stuff that's like, yeah, it could work in the future. They're not there yet though, right? They could be 10 years away from that. I don't know, right? Maybe maybe it's never going to work. So that tells you that this move, okay, the initial move here, it's already overvalued. It's already overvalued. If this technology worked, yes, this move it would keep going. So that's the type of stuff I really need you guys to start paying attention to. Don't be a sheep. Quit being a sheep. All right? So many of you guys are, and I hate to say it, but you are. You're sheep. All right? You follow a certain someone out there that always tells you to buy the breakout, right? And it's like, yeah, okay. Does buying the breakout work? Sure, it works, right? But when do you sell? He never tells you when to sell. And a lot of you become bag holders, right? There's a reason why you're watching my YouTube and not on his video lessons right now. His video lessons are shit. Okay? Stop being a sheep. All right? All that stuff out there, that education, in quotes, education, it's I'm telling you, it's garbage. It's not worth the money. If you want to put your hard-earned money into something, Come check me out, TrickTrades.com. I'm going to tell you guys the absolute God's honest truth and how to properly find these plays and how to catch the big moves, man. Okay? So, and the rest of this, there is some more pretty cool tidbits, right? So now that I've shown you how to find it, why don't you do your own research tonight or this weekend and just follow through. Just go through the steps like I showed you and look for stuff and start thinking. Try and start thinking the way I'm thinking. Okay? Don't think like the herd. Don't think like the sheep that are out there that just read the headline. Okay? To read the headline, yes, it's fine. You can catch these moves. You can catch these quick moves, right? And that's great, right? Because at first appearances, yes, the technology looks great. It does. It absolutely does. I thought so as soon as I quickly read it until I started digging into it. And then it's like, yeah, this is a clear short. This is a clear short, okay? Now, will it have a day two continuation? Yes, and the reason why it has this day two continuation is because the short's getting squeezed because they're way too early. And that's what it is. It's not necessarily people longing this junk, right? Did I long it? Sure, I caught the squeeze back up, right? I take advantage of people like me that are stubborn, okay? I'm not stubborn. You can't be stubborn in this game. Now, the reason why this sold off the way it did is because of the immense selling pressure that's going to come in. Okay, you got a bunch of chasers, right? You got a bunch of chasers that as soon as it broke this, they're now underwater. They were giving it to low of day, okay? They were giving it to low of day with a chase entry, and then the panic sets in, all right? And then especially when it breaks here, because you got dummies still holding the move from down here that haven't sold. And yeah, that's right. I called them dummies because that's exactly what they are. They had in hand to highs. They had 12 and a half points, roughly, even more. They could have had more, man. Okay, let's go from here right to where it closed today. Okay, to highs. 14 points. They had 14 points in their hand and they didn't sell. Okay? They're underwater. They're underwater and they could have made a mint, but they didn't because they don't know how to sell. That's why most traders lose. They don't know how to sell. They don't know how to sell. They get greedy. Greed, man. Greed. Everyone wants to get rich. Don't try and get rich in the stock market, man. Just try and catch these moves and take the market for what you can get out of it. Okay? Stop being greedy. Start doing some research, quit being lazy, and you're going to start kicking ass in 2018, man. That's what this is about. So, speaking of kicking ass, come check out TrickTrades.com. Go check it out. You're not going to be disappointed, guys. I mean, anyone that comes to the room, they're like, Jesus, I wish I found you a long time ago. Why did I piss around in these other chat rooms? Your education is the best. Your videos are the best because it is. That's not marketing. That's not sales. That's fact. It's the truth, guys. I'm not bullshitting you here, okay? I know the content that I produce. I produce some of the best content out there, if not the best content out there. I will go as far as to say that. So come check us out, and just think, this is just a free video lesson, guys. This is just a free video lesson. Like, this isn't even the paid content. And look at the gold I'm giving you, right? And I'm still going to have some asshole give me a thumbs down, right? Joke. That guy continues, I'm just going to stop doing these free video lessons. So maybe the guys that are giving the thumbs up should start busting that guy's balls. Right? Anyways, I'm not going to get off on a rant here. So it was a really good end to the year. Extremely happy with how it went. I've built an amazing community, TrickTrades.com. Very, very happy. So I might as well, since we're here anyways. So I caught this move here. I was watching other plays. I nailed a shitload of plays today, man. So anyways, I ended up nailing this one a little bit late. I hit the breakdown after it slammed against the ground, put in a base, and then finally broke down. So I nailed it right as it just about broke. Nailed it here. I took it literally all the way down, took some really nice low-a-day covers. And then as soon as it started popping up, I just pulled profits. I took my almost 3 points out of it, right? And then it would have been nice, but I was spending some time with my kid. We were flying around one of those Star Wars drones. They're pretty badass. So I kind of missed this move. I did watch it later on, but I'm not going to chase this shit at the end of the day. That's ridiculous. We don't know how far down these are going to go. That's hindsight. Quit thinking like that too. Hindsight is hindsight. Any actual real trader knows you don't know where these things are going. Right? So anyways, that's what I got for you folks. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any questions about doing some fundamental research, hit me up. I got no problems answering questions. But I think if you really want your questions answered, come to TrickTrades.com. That's where I'm going to have some actual time for you guys, all right? As much as I like answering you guys in YouTube, I have to focus on my paid members. That's just how it is. That's life. So Make sure to use Take Control 20 promo code for all memberships at TrickTrades.com. That offer is only good to January 2nd. Then I'm shutting down promotions for a while. So if you're going to get in, get in. And I highly recommend the mentoring package because the mentoring package is where you actually have some serious access to me. I'm yours 24/7. You got a question at midnight, hit me up, I'll answer it. That's what I'm here for. I live for this shit. Okay, folks. Love you all. Have a good one. Happy New Year. Adios.